When you slap a best ever label on a video in February 2026, you're basically starting a war with every music critic from New York to LA. But with Roberts and Jennifer Hudson, the usual rules of engagement are suspended. We start the script by leaning directly into that controversy. Is it the best ever, or are we just suffering from collective recency bias? We ask with a dry smirk. The firm stance here is that for a duet to earn this title, it has to do more than just sound pretty. It has to shift the cultural tectonic plates. We use humor to dismantle the auto-tune era, suggesting that most of today's pop stars couldn't even breathe the same air as these two without their vocal cords filing for unemployment. This isn't just a song. It's a declaration of human superiority over AI-generated fluff. By framing the opening as a critical investigation into vocal excellence, we satisfy YouTube's requirements for transformative commentary. We describe the atmosphere in the room, a silence so heavy you could hear a pin drop in a stadium, and then the first note hits. The pace is fast, moving from the history of great duets like Whitney and to why 2026 just crowned a new heavyweight champion. We're setting the stage for a breakdown that isn't just about a TV moment, but about the sheer, unadulterated power of the human voice pushed to its absolute physical limit. Roberts didn't just win American Idol Season 23 in 2025. He conquered it as a 27-year-old physical education teacher from Meridian, Mississippi. In this section, the script takes a firm, witty look at his everyman persona. We joke that while other winners are busy buying gold-plated yachts, actually went back to elementary to teach his students after the finale because he loved the kids. This grounded energy is exactly why the USA audience is obsessed with him. We analyze his journey from a toddler singing in church to becoming the first black male Idol winner in 22 years, breaking a streak that had lasted since in 2003. The humor comes from imagining his students seeing their PE teacher on the Jennifer Hudson show and realizing he has more soul than the entire top 40 combined. Firmly, we break down his vocal texture, describing it as velvet poured over Mississippi gravel. This biographical and technical analysis is key for SEO. We aren't just showing a singer, we're documenting the rise of a teacher who ignored the no twice before finally getting his golden ticket. The pace stays rapid, highlighting that isn't a product of a record label. He's a product of perseverance, gospel roots, and a refusal to let the fame machine change his pitch or his humility. Jennifer Hudson is the only person on the planet who can host a daytime talk show and then casually remind everyone she's an EGOT winner with a single, unprompted riff. In this point, the script focuses on her role as the vocal final boss. We describe her inviting onto the stage as a lioness welcoming a cub to the hunt. The humor is found in her host-singer dynamic. She looks at him with a mix of proud mentor and don't make me stand up and show you how it's done. Firmly, we analyze the physics of her belt. We talk about her diaphragmatic support and the way she uses her mouth shape to create a natural acoustic megaphone. This is in vocal pedagogy. We mock the idea of quiet luxury in music, asserting that J-HUD is vocal maximalism in its most loud form. To keep the algorithm happy, we frame this as an editorial on performance etiquette, looking at how a veteran star shares the spotlight without dimming it. The pace stays rapid, highlighting that Jennifer isn't just a host, she's the atmosphere. When she joins, the air in the studio literally changes density. We're analyzing the sonic authority that only comes from decades of singing in churches and on Broadway stages, proving that in 2026, she is still the undisputed queen of the high note. Covering a classic like Nothing Compares in 2026 is usually a recipe for disaster, but Jennifer treated the song like a renovation project. This section is a fast-paced music theory session. We describe the arrangement as soul-stirring architecture. The humor comes from mocking the elevator music versions of this song we've heard in the past. This isn't a cover, it's an exorcism, the script quips. Firmly, we analyze the harmonic progression and the choice to slow the tempo to a crawl, allowing for maximum emotional ooze. We talk about the space between the notes, the silence that and Jennifer used to build a tension so thick it's practically tangible. This structural analysis tells YouTube that we are providing expert-level educational content. We joke that the backup band probably felt like they were in the eye of a hurricane, just trying to keep the rhythm while two vocal giants roared over them. The pace is electric here, matching the building crescendo. We're not just listening to a melody, we're dissecting the emotional engineering that makes a USA audience reach for the tissues. It's a witty, high-speed look at how a 90s classic was dismantled and rebuilt for a 2026 audience that demands raw authenticity over polished production. Most singers have a ceiling point where their voice starts to thin out or strain. In this duet, and Jennifer seemed to have replaced the ceiling with an open sky. This point focuses on dynamic range. We describe the transition from a whisper to a roar as a 0 to 60 in 2 seconds drag race. The humor is aimed at modern whisper pop artists. If they tried this, they'd need a megaphone, a prayer, and a miracle. Firmly, we break down the vocal compression, required to stay that loud without sounding like a tea kettle. This is high-level audio analysis. We explain the science of the scream, how the vocal folds oscillate at incredible speeds while remaining healthy. This health and science angle is great for avoiding low-value content flags. We describe the moment they hit the big unison note as a sonic boom that probably cracked a mirror in the green room. The pace is frantic, matching the energy of the climax. We firmly state that what we're seeing is vocal athletics. This isn't just art, it's a feat of human endurance and physical precision. It's the kind of performance that makes you realize why some people are called legends and the rest are just called contestants. The title says they shocked the world, and in 2026, that means more than just a few likes. It means breaking the digital spirit of the internet. This section analyzes the social media aftermath. We describe the video's journey from a daytime TV segment to a global viral phenomenon. The humor is found in reaction video culture. We mock the influencers who made shocked faces for the camera while we're actually here doing the heavy lifting of vocal analysis. Firmly, we look at the engagement metrics. Why did this specific performance trend so hard in the USA? It's the authenticity factor. We argue that in an era of deepfakes and AI clones, people are starving for real rawness. This sociological commentary adds another layer of protection against copyright bots. We talk about the global conversation this duet started from London to Jakarta and how it reunited a fractured music fan base. The pace is quick, moving from the initial spark of the broadcast to the forest fire of the internet's response. We describe the comment section wars, where people argue over who sang it better, and we firmly conclude that the only loser is anyone who watched on mute. It's a sharp, fast-talking look at how quality content still has the power to cut through the noise. You can't have Roberts and Jennifer Hudson on one stage without talking about the church. This point is a fast, funny, yet deep look at the gospel roots of their power. We describe their vocal runs as scenic detours through a Sunday morning service in Mississippi. The humor is found in the idea that they aren't just singing lyrics, they're testifying, to the point where the audience might need to start a collection plate. Firmly, we analyze the pentatonic scales and the blue notes that give soul music its distinct ache. We explain how this cultural heritage is the secret weapon of the American music industry. This provides educational and cultural context, which is high value for 2026 SEO. We joke that the audience probably felt like they needed to repent just for listening to something that sounded that sinfully good. The pace is rapid, highlighting the call and response between the two singers. We firmly argue that this isn't pop music. It's blood music, it's in their DNA. By the end of this point, the viewer understands that the shock isn't just about the high notes, it's about the spirit behind the sound. It's a witty tribute to the tradition that birthed two of the greatest voices of the 21st century. In 2026, the technology behind the performance is almost as impressive as the performance itself. This section takes a firm, technical look at live sound engineering. We describe the microphone choice and the EQ curves that kept Warmth and Jennifer's bite from canceling each other out. The humor comes from mocking bad audio of the past. Remember when we used to watch live clips that sounded like they were recorded inside a tin can? Firmly, we analyze the atmospheric reverb, how the room's natural acoustics were augmented to create that cathedral feel. This is technical media analysis. We move fast through the camera, work the way the director focused on the micro-expressions and the vein-popping focus of the singers to tell the story of the duet. We firmly state that this is the new standard for broadcast excellence. It's a sharp, fast-paced look at how the invisible team, the engineers and directors, helped facilitate the world shock. We joke that the sound board probably needed an ice pack after handling that much vocal heat. It's an appreciation of the tech that makes the talent shine. To justify the best ever claim, we have to bring out the heavy hitters for a fast-paced comparison study. We look at and George Michael, Whitney and Now and Jennifer. The humor is aimed at the nostalgia trap. Just because something is old doesn't mean it's untouchable. Firmly, we argue that 2026 has provided a vocal evolution. We talk about the technical precision of modern singers who studied the legends and built upon their foundation. This comparative criticism is a high-value signal for YouTube's recommendation algorithm. We joke about the vocal wars on social media and how this duet effectively ended the debate for a generation. The pace is electric, jumping from decade to decade to show how the duet format has evolved from simple harmonies to these vocal collisions. We firmly conclude that while the past was iconic, the present is shaking the world for a reason. It's a witty, slightly provocative look at why we shouldn't be afraid to crown new kings and queens of soul. We're looking at history in the making, not just a viral moment. We wrap it up with a final judgment that is as firm as a judge's gavel. We don't just say it was good, we explain why it was culturally necessary. The script moves fast through a summary of the previous 9 points, hitting the highlights like a vocal greatest hits reel. The humor returns for a final bow, suggesting that everyone else should probably just take a sabbatical from singing for the rest of the year out of respect. If you're not singing like this, are you even singing? We joke. We firmly state the call to action, tell the audience to comment with their top 3 duets, and watch the debate explode in the comments section. To stay violation-free, we frame the entire conclusion as an original editorial summary. We're not just copying the moment, we're defining its place in the 2026 cultural lexicon. The pace is at its peak here, driving home the message that Roberts and Jennifer Hudson didn't just sing a song. They shocked the world back into realizing what real talent looks like. It's a fast, witty, and firm finale to the ultimate 2026 vocal breakdown.